Hello guys, today we are going to discuss the order of execution of a query in SQL. Whenever we execute any query in SQL, then what happened in the backend? How it processed the statement? How system will check what syntax error? How the system get data from the database? So in this section, we are discussing all these things. This is a very important topic basically for those guys who just learn about the SQL. So let's start the video. First we discuss the order of writing syntax in SQL, then we will discuss the order of execution. Here, we have the sample query for understanding. I write a SQL query to get the top 2 department having more than 1 employees in it whose salary greater than 80,000 with the order by on number of employees in descending order. So, the order of writing query is: first select, then comes top, after that, from and joins. Then comes where, then comes group by. Then comes having. Then at last, order by. Every time we execute the query, then the first stage of SQL processing is parsing. During the parse call, the database performs the following checks. First is syntax check. It checks that each SQL statement are syntactically valid or not. Second is semantic check. It determines whether a statement is meaningful, for example, whether the objects and columns in the statement exists or not. Then, finally it goes for execution. Now, we will discuss that in which order query is actually executed. When you execute the query, then the from clause and joins are executed first to determine the total set of data that is being queried. The database will merge the data from all tables, according to the joins on clauses, while also fetching data from the subqueries, and might even create some temporary tables to hold the data returned from the subqueries in this clause. Second is where clause. Once we have the total working set of data, the where constraints are applied to the individual rows, and rows that do not satisfy the constraint are discarded. It filters the data according to the conditions in the where clause. Select clause haven't executed yet, that's why the aliases we used in select clause are not available in where clause, or we can also say that those aliases may not yet exist in that context, and if you try to use them, then it will give error. Third is group by clause. The remaining rows after the where constraints are then grouped based on the column specified in the group by clause. Each group has one key and a list of rows that match that key. Fourth is having clause. Now that we have grouped the data using the group by clause, then the constraints in the having clause are applied to the grouped rows, and the grouped rows that don't satisfy the condition are discarded. Having condition applies on group while where condition applies on individual row. Fifth is select clause. Now that we are done with discarding rows from the data set and grouping the data, we can select the data we want to be fetched from the query to the client side. Any expressions in the select part of the query are finally computed. Sixth is order by clause. The rows are now sorted by the specified column in either ascending or descending order. The order by keyword sorts the records in ascending order by default. To sort the records in descending order, use the DESC keyword. Seventh is top. The top is executed after sorting. This will allow to take only the first n number of rows and rest rows are discarded. Top 10 means it will take first 10 rows from the result. That's it in this video. Please feel free to comment in case of any query or questions. If you like this video, then hit the like button, subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching this video and stay connected for more videos.